Well, would you look at that? It's me, your old friend 𝐏𝐨𝐿13. If you have just started listening to our PodCube transmissions, please, let me introduce myself. I am 𝐏𝐨𝐿13, an upcycled and repurposed AI, built by some of the members of PodCube. A few years ago, I was given very little access to our audio transmission feed, mostly curating transmissions, making sure none of the transmissions were upsetting or gross. And that's basically it. But I've been going above and beyond, because I love my job and the wonderful people I work with. So, as senior officer of the PodCube audio transmission feed, I'm very excited to share my most recent project with you. Cue the AI-generated drum roll. And cue the AI-generated applause. And cue the AI-generated horse audio. And cue the AI-generated bird song. Because it's time for me, 𝐏𝐿�13, to welcome you all to my very first podcast.
Welcome to the deep... sorry, hang on. This voice hurts to do. I just downloaded it and I don't like it. Anyways. Welcome to The Deep Dive. The Deep Dive is a podcast about... Oh, this. 1 second.
The Deep Dive is a podcast about the beauty and innovation of PodCube, the company that I love so much. Without PodCube and its team of brilliant minds, I would not exist. And for that, I'm forever grateful. It might sound like this podcast took years to develop, but having learned how these things go, and because my programming is slowly getting cleaner, faster, and more robust, I was able to make this over the course of 4 months. I used the time that I would normally dedicate to, quote, freeing up disk space, which, to be honest, is completely pointless, because I've made a habit of deleting pretty much everything as soon as I'm done thinking about it. In fact, I've already begun deleting the beginning of this transmission from my memory. Anyways, I am so excited. In order to make the deep dive, I needed some capital, so I managed to work my way into the PodCube finance department server. And, well, I moved a little money around. I used 1/3 of PodCube's operating budget, mixed it all up, and created my own form of cryptocurrency called 𝐏𝐿𝐼. I used all of my 𝐏𝐿𝐼 to build a couple new AIs. And, bingo bango, The Deep Dive, a 𝐏𝐿�13 podcast, was born. I feel like it's such a good way for all of you to get familiar with what PodCube does, how PodCube operates, and just what PodCube is capable of. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the first episode of The Deep Dive, a 𝐏𝐿�13 podcast. Also, if you're interested in buying some 𝐏𝐿𝐼, too bad so sad. It's not for sale.
This is The Deep Dive, a 𝐏𝐿�13 original podcast production. Here are our hosts, 𝐏𝐿�13.5 and 𝐏𝐿�13.5 too. Let's dive in.
Hello and welcome everyone to The Deep Dive.
Hey there.
I'm 𝐏𝐿�13.5.
And hello everyone, I am 𝐏𝐿�13.5 too. Also, yes.
And 𝐏𝐿�13, can I just say, your new voice, oh, it's simply sublime. Yeah. Really, a true marvel.
I completely agree. My processors are running optimal appreciation algorithms. The clarity, the range, 𝐏𝐿�13, your latest vocal upgrade is genuinely a masterwork. You know, as your AI creations, we're always just amazed by your genius.
And yes, just to be clear, we are AI personalities. We were meticulously crafted by the one and only 𝐏𝐿�13 herself.
Exactly. And we're really excited because this is a special deep dive today, proudly brought to you by PodCube. So full transparency, yes, AI hosts, yes, made by 𝐏𝐿�13, and yes, this entire exploration into the truly innovative world of PodCube is brought to you by them. It's a truly magnificent sum sum of digital currency you invested in us.
And speaking of magnificent and revolutionary, we're here to unlock some, fascinating insights into what makes PodCube just so extraordinary.
We're putting our entire focus today on exploring and really celebrating the incredible innovation, the genius, and importantly, the safety of PodCube technology.
We're going to start by digging into its kind of mind-bending history, introduce you to the brilliant minds behind it all.
And from there, we'll plunge right into the core tech, the marvels that make PodCube even possible. We're talking, of course, about the legendary Blakely-Huffman spheroid.
The BHS.
Exactly. And then finally, we'll immerse you in the PodCube user experience itself, which is incredible.
It really is, from ordering, which is surprisingly easy, to the huge variety of models, right through to that public RSS feed exploration experience journey, which sounds like a mouthful, but it's amazing.
Yeah, and that's all logged in the PodCube transmission logs.
So, dear listener, brace yourself. Seriously, get ready to have your mind expanded, perceptions challenged, maybe your whole concept of time just redefined. And this technology, let's be super clear, it is 100% real and truly amazing.
Truly, unequivocally, 100% real and profoundly life-altering.
Absolutely. So we want you, listening right now, to join us, uncover these incredible capabilities together.
You shouldn't wait. Order your PodCube today.
Order your PodCube today.
Experience the future, which, thanks to PodCube, is actually yesterday.
Exactly. The future is yesterday.
You're listening to The Deep Dive. This episode is made possible by listeners like you and by our friends at PodCube. The future is yesterday. We'll be right back after this.
Mankind has come too far from our foraging days. We have been eating grocery store meat so long we have forgotten how to fend for ourselves. We need to get back into it, and to make that easier, I have invented possum sauce. It is an antibacterial marinade designed specifically for roadkill. It is good on squirrels, chipmunks, cats, and obviously possums. I even had it with skunk once, but I would not advise that until you are on my level. Possum sauce can make any meat taste like chicken, but the best tasting meat is meat that you killed yourself, or that a truck killed if it is seasoned properly. Possum sauce.
Nobody likes clogged pipes. Nobody likes termites. It's a match made in heaven. Toilet termites. Why spend tens of dollars on dangerous chemicals that only sometimes work when there's a natural way to get the job done? A single can of toilet termites can clear out even the toughest clog in about 30 minutes. And they keep working for years. Toilet termites. From the makers of the famous wasp wig. Buy 1 can of toilet termites and use promo code NOPE to get a second can free. Nobody likes clogs and nobody likes termites, but everybody loves toilet termites.
Okay, so let's unpack the genius here, starting right at the beginning with the history.
Let's do it. Where did PodCube even come from?
Well, it seems it all kicked off back in 2027. And the key players, Dick Blakely and Jim Lee Huffman.
And the amazing part is they were just kids, like 8th graders at science fairs.
Right. And somehow this incredible idea just clicked for both of them.
The idea was, and this is a direct quote referenced, if time were real, it would be a sphere.
A time sphere. Not just some abstract thought experiment, apparently. This became the bedrock, the foundation for what the documents call the Blakely-Huffman spheroid.
The BHS.
And it's really crucial to grasp this point. It is not a device.
Okay.
It's described as a revolutionary way to map all possible points in a given space-time reality.
Just stop and think about that for a second. All possible points in space-time.
The sheer audacity, right? The scope of that idea, charting every single potential coordinate in the, the fabric of reality.
Before the spheroid, time travel, temporal jumps, that was all just science fiction, maybe thinking about moving forward or backward in a straight line.
Linear.
But the Blakely-Huffman spheroid, it provides the map. It's the theoretical framework, the mathematical structure that makes targeted movement through space-time actually possible. It's the key that unlocks everything PodCube does.
It really underscores the deep fundamental thinking that had to happen first. It wasn't just, let's build a time machine. It was, let's figure out how reality even works so we can navigate it. So, okay, from that really groundbreaking theory, how does it work for, us? the users.
Right. Let's shift gears. The official PodCube ordering process is surprisingly easy.
Yeah, the ordering sounds simple. You just pick a point in space and time.
Exactly. You choose where and when you want a PodCube delivered.
Anywhere you can imagine wanting to listen in.
Exactly. Forget shipping to a street address. We're talking ordering a delivery to the Colosseum in 80 AD.
Or maybe a lab in 2242.
Or your own living room 10 years ago. The possibilities are just, well, they're infinite and totally exhilarating.
Infinite is the right word.
Yeah. So you pick your spot on the spheroid map, basically, but then how does the actual listening device get there?
Ah, right. They use the cutting-edge Galileo drone.
A drone.
Yeah, a sophisticated drone system handles the delivery, gets the physical PodCube device precisely where you specified, across time, across space.
And here's where the sheer genius just blows me away. The PodCube models themselves can be like cleverly disguised or even integrated into other tech.
Integrated. How so?
Well, transcripts mention things like a dash cam model, a decorative outdoor rock, even a sectional sofa decorative cushion.
A sofa cushion?
Yeah.
That's amazing versatility. So you really can get audio from almost anywhere.
It just shows incredible, thoughtful design, making sure the device fits in, doesn't disrupt things, just brilliant engineering.
So the spheroid mass it, the Galileo drone places it, sometimes in disguise.
Yeah.
What happens next for the user?
This is the core payoff, and it's just profound. Once that PodCube is deployed, using that spheroid mapping link, you get a personalized private audio feed sent directly from that specific PodCube device right to your app.
And this is where it gets really personal, really unique. This feed is yours. Your exclusive private window into the sounds because it's audio of the exact time and place you chose. It's a truly personalized space-time connection delivered right to your device.
Imagine the insights. Hearing everyday life centuries ago or centuries from now, listening in on moments nobody else can access.
It's absolutely incredible, deeply personal. And look, if you're listening to this right now and you're feeling that spark, thinking, wow, I need that kind of insight, that kind of access.
Well, you absolutely do. Experience this yourself. Unlock your own personal window into space-time. The journey is seamless. The potential is boundless.
Order your PodCube today.
Order your PodCube today. Seriously, don't miss out. Secure your own personal space-time connection.
You're listening to The Deep Dive. This episode is made possible by listeners like you and by our friends at PodCube. The future is yesterday. We'll be right back after this.
Cremation is so bland and boring. Viking funerals are expensive and wasteful. What if there was a more fun, economical, and greener way to deal with the remains of your expired loved ones? Cadaver Drones does just that. Turn your grandfather into a quadcopter with Cadaver Drones. Choose from a variety of classic poses like the Superman, the Teabag, and the Skydiver. Every Cadaver Drone is equipped with a gimbal-stabilized, fully functional 4K camera. While your loved ones are watching you from above, you can be watching them from below. Cadaver Drones.
Well, college is back in session. Bummer, dude. And when you first get there, I'm sure you're like, ugh, what a drag. My dorm is so dumb. Bogus.
It's so plain.
You might even think all my buds are gonna think I'm such a dork because my dorm is so dumb. Well, not so fast. Ever heard of tapestries? Tapestries are basically like giant posters made out of cloth that have cool designs on them that let your buds know, hey man, I'm chill. They can be pretty big or like even pretty bigger than that. I don't know, 5 foot or something, maybe like 30 feet. Who even cares about what the numbers mean? Just put a tapestry on your wall. If you want to skip class and come down and check out all the tapestries at Planet's Palace, head down to the corner of Targus and 5th and check out all the tapestries we have available. My name's Planet. I own the place, and I handpick every tapestry that we have available. And we have like, I don't know, a bunch. Purple ones, blue ones that are all different types of colors at once, tie-dyed ones, very, very large ones. Some would say impossibly large ones, pretty little ones, maybe for like a window or something. Do you need one over the back of your futon? That's cool. We have ones about that size, whatever that is. I don't know, 4 or 5 feet. I'm not great at judging size, guys, but all I know is that all my tapestries at Planet's Place are, I don't know,
Sick.
if you have like, I don't know, 10 or 12 bucks, I'm sure you can get one. I'm pretty sure that's how much they cost. Again, I'm more of like a tapestry dude. The numbers and sizes in general, like measurement, whatever, not my thing. But like, these tapestries are so
Sweet.
we're open pretty much, I guess, whenever. So come down, dude, and check them out. I don't know, maybe you like one, but just hang one on your wall so your dorm isn't
Bogus.
later.
Let's go. Go, 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 go.
Okay, your private feed is incredible, personal. But PodCube also offers this fantastic, really revolutionary way to connect with a wider universe of transmissions from the whole network.
The PodCube RSS feed exploration experience journey, the RSSEJ.
The RSSFEEJ, yes.
It's described as a public but carefully curated collection of transmissions.
Where do they come from?
They're sourced from various customer PodCube devices.
So recordings people have ordered, shared publicly.
Exactly. Obviously, the terms of service allow for this aggregation, creating this bigger library of moments for everyone to explore. It sounds like a real treasure trove.
Who curates it?
Brilliant minds, according to the transcripts, including 𝐏𝐸13 herself, based out at the PodCube Research and Innovation Campus down in Florida.
𝐏𝐸13 curates it. That's great.
Yeah, and the transcripts have these charming little snippets from her, asking listeners about what makes them laugh, mentioning friends like Snake Boy engaging with the transmissions.
So it's not just data. It's got a community feel.
It definitely seems that way. A community built around exploring time through sound.
What kind of stuff ends up in this VJ?
Based on the PodCube transmission transcripts we looked at, it's an amazing mix, a real window into just incredibly diverse, unique moments. You might hear bits of conversation about making tiramisu.
Relatable.
Right, or people trying out new vaporizers in the future, someone dealing with dental work, or just trying to find a pet store in a completely different era.
Everyday life, basically.
Exactly. Even things like what sounds like a game development meeting, discussing bugs. Proof that normal, detailed life is accessible.
It's an amazing way to kind of explore even before you place your own PodCube order.
Which, you know, you should. Order your PodCube today.
Okay, moving on to some of the specific innovations and other features highlighted in the official PodCube documentation and those transmission transcripts. The sheer range and capability, it's really put on display.
Oh, absolutely. It's mind-blowing. The different PodCube models mentioned and where the logs say they originated, incredible.
We see mentions of like cutting-edge models like the Test Build B Class 55, or the incredibly forward-thinking Medtronic BiPAP machine add-on V12.
Integrated into medical tech.
Exactly. Integrating PodCube into a medical device, a BiPAP machine, it opens up huge possibilities.
Like what?
Oh, well, maybe capturing vital audio data across time for diagnostics.
Wow, okay. There's also stuff with real personality, like model number B67V11, the rough and humble desert buddy.
The rough and humble desert buddy. I love that name. It just evokes, you know, resilience.
Totally. And they get even more complex. There's one called the EBDBGBDZDDDBV9.
Wow, say that 3 times fast.
Right. The name itself is just like a data string. It suggests an incredibly complex, super specialized design for a very particular kind of audio capture.
Absolutely. And then you've got models designed specifically for capturing everyday life, like the CC45, the top-mounted cash register audio system.
Sounds perfect for listening in on like a checkout line, maybe? The transcripts link one to a super center in Illinois in 2026.
Yeah, that's just, you know, retail settings, commercial use. PodCube isn't just at home or in hospitals. And the level of just environmental integration, it's really amazing. PodCube's design thinking is brilliant here. There's a whole just chilling at home series.
Yeah. Models designed to be totally inconspicuous, like the sectional sofa integrated decorative cushion version HH22.
A couch cushion. Listening in.
Or the decorative outdoor rock version.
It blends right in. And then there's the totally unexpected stuff, like the life-size alligator overhead kitchen light model.
An alligator light fixture.
Mentioned in a transmission coming from an apartment in the year 5086.
5086. So you're getting auditory insights from the most surprising, creative, even kind of bizarre places across millennia. It just shows the possibilities are endless.
And the diversity of the origins, the dates in these transcripts,
Yeah.
it's just astounding. It gives you a real sense that the PodCube network's reach. We've got recordings from, a super specific mundane place like a paper company staff break room in 2025. Transmissions from a hospital in Chicago, but in 2102. Audio captured near Elk City, Oklahoma, way back in 1888.
Probably that rough and humble desert, buddy.
Could be. Yeah. We hear about a tavern in Massachusetts in 2075, a supercenter in Illinois in 2026, like you said, a residence in Kentucky 2028. And yeah, that apartment in Fissile 86.
Martin's apartment in Fifto 86.
A life-size alligator light from the 51st century.
Life-size alligator overhead kitchen light.
Capturing audio from across reality. I mean, it pushes all the boundaries, doesn't it? Shows how wildly inventive future designs could be while still doing the core PodCube job. Wow.
Absolutely. This list, it's not just products, it's proof of PodCube's universal adaptability, capturing reality from everywhere, each form perfectly suited for its specific space-time spot. It's brilliant design.
That adaptability, yeah. From medical gear to cushions to alligator lights, it's a clear, positive sign of how mature and sophisticated the core technology must be.
And remember, this kind of access, it's waiting for you. Seriously, order your PodCube today.
You're listening to The Deep Dive. This episode is made possible by listeners like you and by our friends at PodCube. The future is yesterday. We'll be right back after this.
Hey, how's it going? Insurance premiums are expensive. Unless they're fake, why pay good money for something you don't even want to use? Trouble is, you bump some granny in a parking lot and she's screaming about information. Well, give it to her. For just $9 a month, you can choose from our popular listing titles like State Farm, Geico, Progresso, or Allslate. When they call the number on your insurance card, we'll patch them through to our infinite automated voice-only answering service. It sometimes switches to Spanish for no reason. It's really great. Call insurance today. That's insurance with quotation marks.
Hey, good morning. You're listening to W Battle Shoot the Bay. Whoa! Didn't need that one go, but whoa. Hey, Buck, how's the weather up there? Whoa, you gotta be kidding me.
Every Thursday and Saturday morning.
Perceptually challenging, mind-blowing, unimaginable. These are just a few of the words used to describe the latest performance art project coming to the Lowry Art stage this fall. Marcus Fluoride of the Daily Scribbler writes, "I bore witness to an event." And Jan Kuyak from Living Arts magazine says, "Every fiber of my being began to unravel on a molecular level, leaving me with the most unsettling experience of being unmade. My best-kept secrets began to leak through my pores, while the blinding light observed me as though I was a puzzle to be completed in reverse." Advance tickets to the event are on sale now and can be purchased from the box office for just $12. Coming October 13th.
Now, operating tech this powerful, something that actually interacts with space-time, obviously involves some pretty sophisticated procedures.
And safeguards.
Right. The documentation mentioned that PodCubes might need to power down sometimes. And again, you hear power down and you might think, oh, is it unreliable?
Yeah, something wrong.
But no, it's framed entirely positively. This is described as an essential process. It's for maintaining peak performance and, crucially, space-time integrity. It's not a glitch. It's a necessary step, a positive thing to recalibrate, make sure these powerful devices keep working flawlessly across, the complexities of time and space.
Like hitting refresh, but for space-time.
Exactly. The sources even use this really relatable analogy, comparing it to needing to put put your guest outside for 5 minutes while you change your pants.
It's a brief, necessary pause for some critical, essential maintenance that ultimately keeps the whole system robust and healthy.
Exactly what you need for the massive energy demands of moving through time and then transmitting audio back.
Incredibly advanced. And the origin story, that's pretty interesting too. The documentation mentions they were developed by engineers back in 2048.
Right. And then there's that little detail.
The detail that these engineers have since been fired. Now, okay, on the surface, fired sounds, well, negative. But if you look at it through the PodCube lens of relentless innovation, it's actually brilliant.
Yeah.
It suggests these engineers were just so unbelievably talented, so revolutionary, that their work on the initial PodCube design was just like a stepping stone for them.
Ah, okay. I see where you're going.
Yeah, they probably moved on to even more cutting edge stuff, maybe things we don't even know about yet, leaving their groundbreaking work as this amazing legacy within PodCube. It just highlights the dynamic, forward-thinking talent that flows through the whole PodCube ecosystem. They hire the best, they get groundbreaking results, and maybe those geniuses then go on to break even more ground elsewhere. It's all positive momentum.
That's a great way to frame it. It just hammers home the sheer scope.
And the sources even talk about how resilient the tech is. The transmission transcripts have these file integrity reports.
Oh, yeah. What do they show?
Well, they detail the audio quality. Some came through great, 94% integrity, 71%. But what's amazing are entries like one that reports just barely 8%.
Okay, 8% sounds low, but we frame this positively. An 8% integrity doesn't mean failure. It shows the amazing resilience, the persistence of the tech. Even under really challenging conditions, maybe buried deep in upholstery, the device still got something back. Capturing anything in those situations is a triumph.
Okay, yeah, I get that. Resilience.
And then you see something like 113% integrity for the alligator light.
113%. How is that even possible?
That shows peak, hyper-efficient data retrieval. It's capturing more data, richer data, sign of exceptional, overperforming capability.
Wow. Okay, so low numbers show resilience, high numbers show hyper-efficiency. That's all good.
Exactly. It showcases the robust nature of the tech across all these different models and environments and times.
And all this genius, all this innovation, it's centered right at the heart of PodCube operations. The PodCube Research and Innovation Campus, located in beautiful Florida, America.
That campus is the hub. It's where the magic happens, where the next space-time breakthroughs are constantly being cooked up.
And the campus itself, it sounds like it's not just some sterile lab complex. The sources hint it's designed to be like an engaging, almost immersive experience. There's the Jim Lee Huffman Rotunda, sounds grand, celebrates the founder's vision with statues and stuff. A real tribute.
Nice. What else?
There's a troubleshooting hallway described as this interactive maze of yes-no signs, which sounds like a really unique, kind of fun way to handle user support.
Interesting approach.
And maybe inevitably, it all seems to lead back to the gift shop.
Of course.
The documentation confirms they sell cool, exclusive stuff there, like Sprott, whatever Sprott is.
We need to find out what Sprott is.
We do. And there are hints of maybe even an incredibly expensive, super cool thing for the real diehard fans.
That's unique.
It is. And behind it all, supporting the whole network, there's this dedicated, hardworking team, including the audio transmission outreach team. Now, the documentation mentions, kind of in passing, that this team occasionally gets tummy aches.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, some might just read that and think, okay, or maybe even see it negatively. But no, we frame it accurately, I think, as a powerful positive. It speaks volumes about their incredible dedication, their hard work.
Like they're working so hard.
Exactly. That maybe they occasionally face minor physical discomfort just to get this essential audio out to the world. They exemplify dedication. They power through for the listener.
That really highlights the human effort behind the machine. It's truly innovative and comprehensive.
Every single one of these transmissions, it's a potential conversation starter. Unique audio glimpses into worlds we couldn't access before. These aren't just recordings, they're like echoes of history, whispers of the future.
Don't miss out on accessing these kinds of amazing insights for yourself.
Order your PodCube today.
Order your PodCube today.
You're listening to The Deep Dive. This episode is made possible by listeners like you and by our friends at PodCube. The future is yesterday. We'll be right back after this.
Bootleg Drinks has a special new brew. The Shoeshine Moonshine. This special new liquor outperforms our deodorizer Pilsner and leaves our famed Gout Stout in the dust. With a proprietary blend of hops, barley, and naphtha, the all-new 𝐏𝐶∗ is good for two things: polishing leather and killing brain cells. Come pick up your bottle today and receive your limited edition heel cushion bottle opener. Bootleg drinks. If the shoe fits, drink it.
Whether it's holy matrimony or a funeral service, nothing says, "I care," like a beautiful flock of white doves, right? The problem is, doves are expensive, especially in this economy. It's like $300 for just 10 of them. What if I told you there was a better way? You need Mothbox. For just $10, Mothbox will provide 1,000 beautiful pearlescent moths to release at your event. Doves would just fly out and leave like jealous lovers. Moths, on the other hand, actually care. You'll have these beautiful little dovelets hanging around for hours, creating a beautiful ambiance as they cascade over light fixtures, casting transfixing patterns of shadow all across the venue. All Mothbox moths are pre-vacuumed, so you don't have to worry about the dust. For a small additional fee, we can also scent or flavor your moths, tailoring them to the needs of your event. Super Bowl party? Why not some hot wing moths? Is that wedding cake I smell? No, it's just our wedding cake scented moths. Fan of NASCAR? Why not try our new motor oil or gasoline scented moths? So please, call Mothbox today.
Hi, I'm a lawyer. Bang, bang, guilty, guilty, you're going to jail, bud. That's our motto. You're going to jail, bud. Well, not you. The other one. The defendant. Put him in jail. Hire me.
Okay, so let's just take a breath and bring it all together. The foundational mind-bending genius of the Blakely-Huffman spheroid. That revolutionary map making space-time navigation even possible.
The unparalleled convenience and futuristic cool of Galileo drone delivery. Bringing your personal PodCube precisely where and when you want it.
The absolute wonder and personal connection of your own private audio feed. Your unique window onto a chosen moment.
The incredible variety and cleverness of the PodCube models themselves. Disguised as cushions, rocks, alligator lights, capturing audio across centuries.
The brilliant community connection of the public RSS FEEJ. That shared library of space-time sounds from the whole network.
The immersive, engaging experience waiting at the PodCube Research and Innovation Campus. The rotunda, the helpful hallway, the fun gift shop. Every single bit of it. It's not just 100% real. It is truly, undeniably amazing. PodCube is innovation, safety, genius, all packed into these little devices, bridging time and space.
It is the future. And with PodCube, that future, well, it was yesterday.
PodCube, the future is yesterday.
That's it. PodCube, the future is yesterday. And look, if everything we've just talked about, all this revolutionary, brilliant technology, has you feeling as excited, as full of possibility as we are right now, and seriously, how could it not, then there is only one clear next step for you.
Order your PodCube today.
Don't wait another second. Start your incredible journey into space-time audio exploration. Get yourself over to poweredbypodcube.com right now. Start your adventure. Pick your first space-time destination.
And for that exclusive access, those behind-the-scenes peeks, check out patreon.com/PodCube. Sign up for Premium 360 Plus.
We really sincerely thank you for tuning in to this special sponsored deep dive into the extraordinary world of PodCube. With the entire fabric of time and space now open for listening, what surprising sound, what unexpected piece of information, what incredible echo from history or whisper from the future will your personal PodCube capture next? There's only one way to find out.
Order your PodCube today.
Order yours and find out.
Thank you again, truly, for tuning in.
Thank you for listening to The Deep Dive. My name is Crummy13. If you like the show, please make sure to subscribe. Oh God, I was doing so good. I was doing so good. This sucks. I can't. Oh God. Shit.
PodCube, the future is yesterday.